No, 3, 2, 1. No, fun stuff. Okay.
All right, then. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much, Heather. Hi, everybody. My name is Harry Shade, and welcome to my hangout here tonight. I'm going to be doing a thing called Sharing My Vision. And if you had an opportunity to read what this is about, it really is an opportunity for me to help you get to know me a little bit better and share some things that I'm hoping to accomplish coming down the road. In some ways, I don't know if I want to really use the word legacy, but it kind of is what it is. What's the legacy that I want to leave when I'm no longer here, when I decide to go back to my home planet? Because as you know, I'm just visiting. Anyway, so I appreciate you being here with me tonight. One of the first things I'm going to start off with is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. Now, Heather knows quite a bit about me. She's actually helping me videotape this. We've been friends for a long time. We were friends before we both moved to Vegas. And then within a couple months of each of us moving to Vegas, we reconnected again here, actually in person. But I'll start off by telling you that I come from a really thriving metropolis in Ohio. It's not true. I come from a little town, about 5,000 people and about 10,000 cows. Okay? So really small community. It's called Newton Falls, Ohio. Okay? And this is exactly, where I'm from, a little town. I'm a farm boy, as I like to call it. Okay? Did a lot of really cool things when I was there. Worked on my uncle's farm a little bit, had some jobs, played some sports, just had a really good time. Graduated from high school, but I wanted to go to a university that I love. And it's the Ohio State University. And I went from a town of 5,000 people to a university of 50,000 students. And I loved every minute of it. My sister thought I was crazy. I am a little bit. But that 4 years of my life at Ohio State University really formed me into a lot of who I am today and what I'm about. I got to meet all kinds of people from not just different states, but different countries. Ohio State has I think at this given time, maybe 80 different countries represented just at that university. So I got to learn a lot of things about things that I couldn't learn in my hometown because there was no diversity in my hometown. Of course, unless you, on the different types of cows we had diversity there. But when it came to the people, it wasn't. But I also got to do something else. See, growing up, I grew up Methodist. So essentially Christian, right? When I got there, I really got to delve into a lot of different things when it came to religion and those types of things. I wanted to learn. I wanted to expand my horizons. So I got to sit and actually talk with Muslims, and I got to talk with Jewish people, and I got to talk with people from all kinds of different religions and nationalities and backgrounds and races. And I discovered a lot of things about them, but I discovered even more about me. And that was probably the biggest thing about going to school there was the deep discovery that I had. I ended up reading every single major religious text that's out there. Okay. And I coached basketball and officiated basketball, and I just had a great time. I played sports at Ohio State, not for the Buckeyes, intramurals, okay, but I really, again, learned quite a bit. When I graduated, my degree was in criminal justice, and so I decided to go into a law enforcement field. Unfortunately, it was 1982. What about 1982? And yes, I'm dating myself, but what about 1982? Well, we had a recession going on then. People weren't hiring law enforcement people. I was working for a company called Lazarus Department Stores as a store detective. Okay, yes, arresting shoplifters. Okay, and then I got accepted in the State Highway Patrol, which is something I definitely wanted to do, but they weren't hiring. So I joined the military. Ended up in the U.S. Army. Okay, I served 8 years in the United States Army. 3 as a military police officer, 5 as a criminal investigator. Now, the really cool thing about being in the military is the fact that I got to do a lot of traveling. I got to live in Germany for almost 4 years. Okay, and I traveled to 26 countries. I got to do some really cool things. Went to Paris 6 times, went to London, all this from a small town to Ohio State to the military. I also got stationed in Illinois and New York. Of course, they wouldn't station me anywhere warm. Why? Because I was from Ohio, right? Every time I asked them, send me to Texas. Nah, send me to Chicago, okay? But as a criminal investigator, my job was, we did several things. Undercover narcotics, we worked general crimes things, so I did homicides and all those nasty little things, and we also did white collar crime, okay? So think of the DEA and the FBI and the Secret Service all mixed into one. I had the time of my life for those 5 years, not only as an undercover investigator doing undercover narcotics, but also running a team and just, again, learning, growing, evolving all along the way. My whole life has been about service, okay? Service to others in any way that I possibly can. Now, the funny thing about this is on the side of a police cruiser, you see where it says protect and serve, right? Well, that was what I wanted to do, and that's what I made sure the men and women that work with me did as well. Our job wasn't to arrest and book. It was, in fact, to protect and serve. There's a reason for that. Now, something I want you to do, though, next time you get the opportunity, you see a police officer, firefighter, something like that, tell them thank you, because they're out there every day helping you and protecting you and what it is that you want to do. Okay, back to me a little bit. Got to do a lot of traveling, got to do things like protect the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of the Army and people like that. One time went to 17 countries in 30 days. All of it helping me to just be better, okay? I got out of the military after 8 years, mainly because of family. I wasn't spending enough time with my daughter at the time and my wife at the time. We just weren't seeing, getting to spend a lot of time together. So I got out, went back to Ohio, back to my roots, but back to Columbus, not my hometown, because I'm sorry, it's hard for me to even visit there more than about 2 days. It's just nothing goes on in my hometown. I love you guys. Any of you are listening right now still live there. I love you, but not for me. Anyway, back to Columbus, worked for child support enforcement for a couple of years. Then I went into real estate for 13 years. And also that's when I started my speaking and training business. It's called Rare Sense Unlimited. I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer, I'm a life coach, I'm a business coach, I'm a leadership coach. And I guess I'm actually an author too, because I did write one book. It's called Rare Sense. One day it'll be coming. Now that's where it all came about. Rare Sense Unlimited came from the book and everything else. Okay. Now, today I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. What brought me to Las Vegas, and why in the world, Harry, would you live in Las Vegas, Nevada? I'm going to tell you why I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Number one, you don't have to shovel sunshine. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Love the weather. The other reason I came to Vegas, though, is it was from a recent divorce, and I just needed something absolutely, completely different than I'd ever known. Vegas is completely different than Columbus, Ohio, or Newton Falls, Ohio, or anybody else, every place else I ever lived, whether it be New York, Germany, or Illinois. There's a few cows. But completely different, right? And here's a really cool thing. When I got here, it was all about self-discovery again. Still had I had another business called Innovision Global with my partner, Axel Meyerhofer. We did a lot of corporate training and things like that. But it was about self-discovery for me. After 15 years of marriage to my second wife, okay, who to this day is still one of my best friends. But after 15 years of marriage, I had lost me. Didn't know who I was anymore, at the core of who I am. And so I took about 2.5 years to really just sit back and figure out, who am I again? On top of it, I met some incredible people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to date myself again, but my Rolodex, like that term, right? Nobody uses that anymore. But my contact list, just in Vegas itself, has about 435 people in it. I immerse myself in the networking. I also immerse myself in the dancing. Yes, I went out dancing 4 or 5 nights a week, okay? But I met some amazing people here. And Vegas is not what you think Vegas actually is. It's more than just a strip. There's so many amazing things that you can do here in Vegas. The shows that do come into town. If they're traveling, especially musical groups, they're coming to Vegas, okay? But the people, okay? It really is a lot like a Midwest town. Why? Because there's a lot of Midwesterners that live in Vegas. Okay, only about 2% of the population is actually from Vegas. Very transient, but very diverse. Okay, and on top of it, 40 million people a year coming to visit here. It's a place for me. Okay, we have 2 million about live in the valley, another 40 million come visit. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to launch the next part. Let's call it Harry 3.0. Okay. So not only did I rediscover who I was, but there's something else that I did. I knew that somewhere along the line, I wanted to get connected in a relationship again. And so I literally, in a lot of ways, manifested my wife, because I sat down and made a list of exactly what I was looking for. Now, does she hit everything on the list? No. And I wasn't expecting her to. But I literally manifested my wife. Cool thing is I met her actually out dancing, something I love to do. Wasn't on any websites or dating sites or any of that fun stuff. I was just going out, volunteering places and dancing and doing my thing, networking. And I came across my beautiful wife, Karina. Okay. In fact, we've been married 6 months yesterday. Okay.
Woo!
Yes. I remember those things. Okay. And yes, she did get flowers. So, okay. So that leads me up to where I'm at today. Now, I have a business strategist. And I don't know if Vincent's able to watch this right now, but Vincent Molina is going to be my business strategist. And I'm completely revamping, reimagining, and relaunching Rare Sense Unlimited. I have other domain names, harryshade.com. I also have bald guy named harry.com because, as a matter of fact, I am. But I have to wear my signature hat. I also have other things that I have going on. But the first thing we're going to start with is my book. We're relaunching it as well. So Rare Sense, one day it'll be coming. We're doing a revision of that, going to relaunch that. Everything is going to be new. Okay? I'm new, so why not everything else be new? So that's the first thing that's really going to be happening out there is you're going to see more and more of me posting about things about Rare Sense. Now, that is my speaking, okay? My training site, where you can buy my book and those types of things. But one thing about me is, for lack of a better term, I guess you could say I'm a visionary. There's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. Like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy of service, okay? Not just here in Vegas, but as big as I can make this thing. The reason I come on air today, the main reason that I'm doing this is I want to share with you what that is. And it starts again with Rare Sense Unlimited. So you'll see more and more about that. And hey, if you're looking for a speaker, you're looking for somebody to come in and inspire people, help people be better, give me a shout. If you're looking for a coach, somebody who's going to work with you, whether it's on your business or personal life or whatever it might be, I'm here and ready, willing, and able to do that. Here's one thing to keep in mind with that too. I may be working on your business with you, but we're going to work on the personal side too, because if you don't meld the two, you're going to have some serious challenges when it comes to that because they both matter. Okay? Relaunch of the book. I have workshops. I have an 8-week workshop about the book, all kinds of things we're going to do. Okay? So that's number one. But another thing that I did for 5 years was a show called Marvelous Mondays with Harry and Phil. Every Monday night. I love to get on the air and say, you are listening to Marvelous Mondays with Harry and Phil on Blog Talk Radio. We were in the top 2% of one of the categories in Blog Talk Radio. And I'm thinking it was like spiritual category, whatever it was, self-help. Top 2% of 2,800 shows. We did it one day a week. Phil and I did little or no marketing or advertising for the show. We had over 100,000 downloads of that show. Why? I think we touched some people because it was all about positivity. Positive people, information, and news is what we did every week. Over 250 interviews. And as I said, Heather's helping me out here. Heather actually was on the show as a guest. She was also on the show as a host. So she helped us out with that as well. Well, we're going to do something with that. We're changing that into a thing called Being Marvelous. It's going to have several things that come out of it. Number one, we're going to take all the old shows from Marvelous Mondays, and we're going to transcribe them and put them into a book, okay, about those people that are, in fact, to this day, still being marvelous. So we're going to have the book series come out. But the thing that I'm most excited about, the thing that this wakes me up in the middle of the night to go put down another idea about, is Being Marvelous, the tour. That's right. We're going to come to 10 shows. 10 shows? Yeah, we're going to do 10 shows. We're going to come to 10 different cities. The goal is to do it this September or October. Cities are New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Boston. Where else we go? Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Chicago. I think that's 10. Okay. And what we're going to do, though, is we're going to broadcast live from these places. Why? 2 reasons. We're going to broadcast and talk about and have the guests on air that are being marvelous in their community. They're doing marvelous things. We want you to know about those people. That's the second hour of the show. The first hour of the show, Phil and I are going to get up and we're just going to talk about inspirational things. Question and answer. And just do what we can to inspire. But the third thing, and probably the most important, is to raise money for charity. We're going to pick a local charity. They're going to sell tickets to the show. We're going to do the show probably on college campuses, is what we're looking at doing. And so 100% of the proceeds of the show is going to go to that local charity. And they're going to get an opportunity to be on air, talk a little bit when we take that break between the first and second hour, share what they're all about. And they're going to continue to get to raise money because we're going to be recording every show and rebroadcasting it and giving these charities an opportunity to continue to raise money in the future. So 10 cities, 10 shows in about 30 days. Here's the big thing about that. We're going to need some sponsors. And I'm not talking about little sponsors, but we'll take you. But we're going to need some big sponsors because we're buying a tour bus. And no, I'm not driving on the tour bus from Vegas to New York City. No, bus driver can do that. I'll fly and meet him over there. Okay? But we're going to actually have a tour bus. So we're going to need people that, who do you know that has some deep pockets, owns some major businesses that want to be part of the Being Marvelous Tour. That's one big way. And you're going to hear more about it. We may even put out a crowdfunding campaign or something along those lines. But you can help be a part of history in launching Being Marvelous, because we're not just going to do it one year. Every year, year in and year out, we're going to put that tour on. And our goal is to raise millions of dollars for charity, as well as awareness for these wonderful programs that are out there. Okay? So that's coming out of Marvelous Mondays with Harry and Phil. Okay? Being Marvelous. So keep an eye out because you'll hear more about that as well. All right. Now, there's another thing. I mentioned that I have a daughter. She's 25 years old. She is a senior for the second time at The Ohio State University, getting a second degree. I'm so proud of her. Her first degree was in psychology, second degree in social work. Okay? Been on a dean's list, doing magnificent things. Okay? Well, when my daughter was born, there was nothing about a guy raising a girl. Even to this day, there's stuff out there. There's some really good things out there, but there's not much about a guy raising a girl. I didn't know anything about girls. I mean, raising them, no idea whatsoever. So I did the best I possibly could in raising my own daughter. Idea came to me, and this has been several years ago, but now it's coming to fruition. Raising Daughters, A Guide to Fathers is going to be a video/book series on which I'm going to interview 50 dads for each book, okay, in each video series. And I'm going to make it as diverse as I possibly can. What's the goal here? Help new dads in raising their daughters. Listen, they handed her to me. I was just like, I'm glad she's healthy. I have no clue. Okay? So what I'm going to do, and there's actually some other things out there. You can look them up. There's some things out there about this, but nobody's done it on video before. Because I want you to feel the emotion of these men. Because even the toughest guy in the world melts when his little girl holds his hand. So we're going to talk about those important things. So the next generation of guys that raise their daughters can get some advice and get some help. And after every 50 interviews, we're going to release another series. Okay? So you can get it via video or the book or however you want to do that. So that's another project that's coming up. Okay? Now, I'm smart enough to know we're not going to do all of this at the same time. But I just want to give you a taste of what's happening in the future and why I'm doing that. So Raising Daughters, A Guide to Fathers, but there's a twist. We're literally going to do a second series called Raising Fathers, A Guide to Daughters, in which I'm going to interview the daughters of, and ask them about their dads and how they help raise them. Because I'm going to tell you what, I learned a lot from my daughter of how I needed to be the man. Now, was I perfect as a father? Heck no. Am I perfect as a person? Perfectly imperfect. Okay? At age 55, and yes, I don't mind saying that, I'm still learning. I'll be learning at age 80. I'll be learning at age 90, 100 if I'm still here. Okay? The point being, I want these daughters to have the opportunity to tell their story because it'll help dads out there. It'll help guys that are about to be fathers of daughters to hear what it meant for these women to help raise their dad. Believe me, it works that way. Now, there's some other things we're going to be putting together, and these are getting a little bit down the road, but I got a couple shows I'm going to be working on right here in Vegas. And as a matter of fact, one of them's with my friend Heather. We've been talking about doing a show called Hanging with Heather and Harry, in which we go around the Vegas community and broadcast live from on location to help not just the families here in Vegas find out really what's to go on, because there's a lot of people that I heard on the radio the other day, they said they lived here for 27 years and never been to Red Rock. Really? What is wrong with you? Okay. The other thing is the visitors are coming to Vegas. Vegas does not market to families. They just really don't. That's not their demographic. Okay. So we're going to help. We're going to help by broadcasting the show live, half-hour show, maybe 1 hour show. We haven't worked all the details out on that, but we're going to go around Vegas and broadcast and then put it out there. So when people are coming here, they're going to know what's available. What can we do with the family? So instead of pushing your 3-year-old in a stroller down the strip at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to give you some better ideas. Okay? Just say it. All right? And another part of that, there's another show that we talked about creating, not only with Heather, but with a friend of ours, Jay Amernet, called Vegas Over 40. Why do that one? Well, that one's going to be more in a studio type of show. There'll be some on-location things, but it's to help the singles and couples that are over 40 with, again, fantastic and wonderful things to do in Vegas. On top of it, though, I think we'd like to give them a little bit of advice with some guests and things we haven't come on board, whether it's dating advice or relationship advice or tax advice. We don't really care. But how can we help the Vegas community? Okay. The people that are over 40, and I think there's a few in the room here, but the people that are actually over 40, how can we help them and serve them? Like I said from the beginning, everything I do is about service. Okay. Wait, there's more. Okay. Now, I'm just going to briefly touch on this, but down the road, I'm going to be working on things called the athletic academies, and they're going to be in different cities. And the idea is, one thing I didn't mention in my past is I was a basketball and baseball coach for kids from age about 10 all the way up to 18 for almost 34 years. Mostly volunteer, again, just because I love to serve. Okay. Well, these academies are going to combine sports with academics, and we'll talk more about that down the road. You'll hear more of that because that one's like about a 5-year plan down the road. But we'll open these academies in major cities with major universities and get help from their alumni to put these academies together. But there's more. See, I mentioned I was in the military before. Okay? I really care about our veterans. I wish our government cared more about our veterans. So, one of the ideas about this thing is to go to these universities. They all have veteran offices on the universities to help out veteran students. Right here at UNLV, I've spoken with the gentleman that runs that program. What's important about that? Well, by golly, we're going to need people to run these things. We're going to need people to help us do broadcasting. We're going to need people to help us do marketing. We're going to need people to help us do a lot of things. Okay? Because one of my other parts of this vision is to employ or contract with hundreds upon hundreds of people to help them with jobs. And so we're going to work at these veterans and these veteran organizations on these college campuses to help these veterans be employed. Give them internships and opportunities. Maybe be a marketing intern for us or whatever it might be. But we're going to need camera people. We're going to need production people. Heather knows more about that than I do. Okay. But we're going to need all kinds of people to make these things happen. See, another reason why I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is I know that I can't do this alone. No way. Nobody does anything alone, at least anything of significance. Okay. So I need your help. I'm going to need your help with ideas. I need your help with contacts. I need your help with all kinds of different things. Okay. Because I want to do great things with great people. And along the lines, I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And last but not least, the last book I'm going to ever write, or ever plan on writing, is going to be a book called A Bald Guy Named Harry. That's going to be the last thing. When all this stuff is done, I'm going to put out, maybe I'll have Heather interview me for the book. I don't know. But I want to write something to hopefully inspire other people to do great things. Okay? So there's a few other things I have to share with you, but I just dropped the papers on the floor. And so one of my assistants over here, Conan's going to help me out. Thanks, Conan. Whoop.
Give it to him.
Big guy. All right. So we talked about future projects and those types of things. But here's the main goals and the legacy I want to leave. I want to serve the veteran community, just like I said, providing training, providing internships and jobs. Okay? I want to serve the youth of America by providing them opportunities to learn, grow, and evolve. I want to serve nonprofits by raising funds for them and awareness. I want to serve the people who attend our events, our workshops, anything that we're doing, listening to our shows, buying our products, by providing inspirational, educational, and life-changing content. I want to build an organization that will serve and support hundreds of people with employment and or contract work. And last but not least, I want to serve the world by spreading peace, love, joy, harmony, and prosperity, all while having a bit of fun while doing it. Okay? Because what's life if you're not going to have any fun? So here's 10 ways you can help me out. Way number 1, help spread the word about what we're doing. When you see a posting on Facebook or something on Twitter, or wherever we're putting these things, do me a favor. Share it. Talk about it. Okay? That'll help us tremendously. Provide introductions to key people that you feel can help us. And some of those key people are those 50 fathers that I want to interview between now and June if I can. I'd like to release the first series in June. If not, we'll do it at Christmas. And the goal here is to release the series every 6 months. Why June? What do you think?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. Okay. And why Christmas? Well, Christmas. Why December, right? Okay. But provide positive thoughts and energy. Okay. Get the opportunity to hear about us and whatnot. Just take a moment out of your day sometime and just send us some loving energy, some loving thoughts. Believe it or not, those things work and they go a long way. Okay. Post a note on something. Okay. Just let us know. Let us know you're out there and that we're doing something to touch you in some way, in a positive way. Talk to us. Let us know about it. Okay. Yes, provide investment dollars. If you do a fundraising campaign or we're doing something along those lines, you know, if you think about it, we'll have opportunities for you to do that. Okay. Serve on an advisory board. We're going to have quite a few of them. Okay. So if you feel like you really want to serve on a board like that, and provide some advice, you got a way of serving, we'll take you. Send us your resume when we start asking for advisory board members. We'd love to have you for that. Provide feedback, reviews, and testimonials. Let us know how we're doing. A lot of people say, let us know we're doing right. Let us know we're doing wrong. In your humble opinion, how can we be better? See, the key to this whole thing is the reason I want to do a lot of this stuff too is I know it's going to make me better. That's the selfish reason. I realize it's going to make me better because I'm going to be surrounding myself with some of the most fantastic people in the world, like I already have. Okay? But provide us with that feedback. Attend and promote our events, whatever they are. If you can't attend, promote them. Almost everything we're going to do is going to be recorded, so you can see it at a later date. But if you can be there, be there. Some events will charge for, some events will be free. Some are just going to be purely to raise money for somebody else. But help us out with that. And the last but not least on that list is become a member of our tribe. What does that mean? Join us, okay? If you feel that you have a talent, because there's other shows and things we want to do. See, when we go to sponsors, we want to package things. We want to give them a reason to sponsor us. So if I go into an organization, I say to them, listen, Subway, I need your sponsorship for this Being Marvelous tour. Oh, but by the way, I've got Vegas Over 40, and I've got Hanging with Heather and Harry, and I've got this show, and I've got 10 different shows that we can put you on. And these shows are all broadcast live, and they're all recorded. And if you're a sponsor in that show, it's forever. It's not just one-off. Not just going to run it for 6 months and it's gone. It's forever. It's out there, okay? So you have an idea for a show, something that will benefit the community of Vegas or benefit the world, we're going to want to hear about that. We want you to join our tribe. Like I said on the thing, I want to build an organization that's going to make such a huge difference in the world that I can wake up every day and just go, wow. And I want to work with the most amazing people like Heather, okay? And I got a couple of friends here that do some fantastic things themselves. Cherie Tonkin, Nikki Glarakis, amazing talents in their own right, okay? And people that I know that I can count on if I need something, if I need advice or anything else. I have a lot of other people out there as well, okay? You know who you are. I couldn't mention you all by name. I didn't bring the list, sorry, okay? So that's really what I wanted to do tonight. I wanted to take the opportunity to allow you to get to know me a little bit better. See what it's like when I'm kind of doing a presentation. Now, I have sat this whole time. I don't normally do that. As a matter of fact, I need a big stage because I like to run back and forth, okay? But if something I said tonight has touched you in any particular way, okay, and you feel that you have either a contact or you yourself can help us make that difference, reach out to me. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. One, my email. It's complicated, so get ready for this. harryeshade@gmail.com. Okay? Make it pretty tough. Or I'm going to give you my cell phone number. Area code 614-206-0686. Yes, it's Ohio. I'm not getting rid of the area code. Sorry. But call me. Now, I'll tell you how I do things, though. If I don't really recognize your number, may not answer. Leave me a message with contact to get back to you. Okay? Another thing you can possibly do, though, if you want to know how to find me, go to Google, type in Harry Shade, click search, and I've got just about the entire first page on Google. Okay? I've done a few things over the years and over the time. And so you can find me out there. I don't hide. I'm not hard to find. Okay? So I did put a thing out there if anybody had any questions. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Heather's kind of.
I got questions, well, I've got comments coming in from text.
Oh, text comments. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Raj is very much enjoying your presentation.
Thank you, Raj. Good guy, Raj.
And he says you're a good guy.
We like Raj. Okay.
I've got a couple other viewers here too.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight. Do you have any questions? Shout them out.
What's the first step in this great vision of yours?
The first step, well, actually, I'm glad you asked that. The next step in the thing is actually working with Vincent, and we're going to revamp the website and get that stuff going. I'm doing a revision on the book. The book is available right now if you want to get it on Amazon.com. Rare Sense, one day it'll be coming. Go to Amazon, type in my name. We're going to do just a slight revision, nothing real major about it. And, you know, get that website up and going. At the same time, simultaneously, is when I'm looking for these men to interview. I want to get that going. Like I said, if I get 50 interviews in between now and June, we'll launch the first one. Okay? And then the other thing that we're going to be working on once Marvelous Monday, once Rare Sense Unlimited is all relaunched, then we're going to be seeking sponsorship for the tour. Okay. We'd like to do a tour in September. Yes, that's a lot of stuff, I know. Okay. But so the next step really is website and the first book.
Is the website a bold guy named Harry?
The website, well, that's going to point there.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, as you're listening to, I have harryshade.com. I have raresenseunlimited.com. I have beingmarvelous.com and a bald guy named harry.com. Some of those will just be pointers to pages and things like that. But so harryshade.com is going to be the easiest for anybody. Okay. But everything else will point there.
Raj has a question.
Yes, Raj.
What's your first priority, the local shows or the tour?
The tour. Yes. Definitely the tour. Yeah, because we know that we can probably get some really good sponsors for that. And so I just want to be on a bus for 30 days. It'll be fun. So, yeah. Any other questions? Questions? Peoples?
When's your next live stream?
I don't know. See, that's something else. Actually, did you say that? I used to have another show called Rare Sense Thoughts. I did on Blog Talk Radio. It's 15-minute. I had been thinking about doing this instead, actually doing a 15-minute, Google Hangout or something along those lines. So it's a good question. I'm always thinking, all this stuff going on. But so one thing I did definitely tell Karina, my wife, I said, be prepared for me not to be around as much because I'm hoping to hit the road. Listen, I will speak anywhere too. If you guys, want me to speak, if there's local groups here in Vegas that want me to come in, paid, unpaid, doesn't matter, love offering, don't really care. Especially here in Vegas, if you have a group out there that you want me to come in, I don't care if it's 5 people or 10 people, 100 people. I've spoken to as little as a group of 5 and as many as 1,500 in a room. So I give you the same energy, the same whatever. You tell me a topic that you want me to speak on, and I'll come in and do it. Okay? I have some really cool ones that I can do if you want me to do them, little workshop things and whatnot. But yeah. I'm ready, willing, and able. I'm getting out in a big way on doing this. This is my passion. More importantly, this is my purpose. One of the challenges for a lot of people is to find out what is your purpose. Okay? I've known my purpose for a long, long time, whether I was in law enforcement, selling real estate, doing training, doing anything else. It was all about helping people be better and serving them in that way. And the beautiful thing about that was every time I did it, I got better. Okay? Because there's no way, if you're serving other people, that you can't get better yourself. It'd be really difficult, at least I think. Okay? So, but here's something else I want to share with people very quickly. I do not want to be your guru. Just saying. Okay? I don't want followers. I want thinkers. Everything I say will not resonate with every single person that hears me say it. That's okay. I'm planting seeds, and maybe you'll pick up a little nugget that'll help you out. Okay? That's what I'm about. That's why I love to get up in front of people and conduct workshops and speaking and this type of the other thing. I am not looking to be anybody's guru. I'm looking for people to take the information I provide, use what they can, discard the rest, and hopefully maybe grow and evolve from something. Or maybe it puts you on the path to somebody else. See, one thing I do know and realize, because I've spoken hundreds of times to I don't know how many people, I realize this: you may not hear it from me, you may not resonate it from me, but a lot of times you plant a seed and they go listen to somebody else and they connect with that person. That's a beautiful thing. I'm not looking to be your guru. I'm looking to be maybe a guide. I'm looking to be maybe somebody that provides you with something that helps you out. But I'm also looking to make a difference in this world. Okay? I am a small town boy from Northeast Ohio. I've already done some absolutely amazing things. I was in Germany when the Berlin Wall fell in 1989. I've held dying people in my arms. I've solved homicides. I've coached kids. And all of it because I wanted to be of service to this world. And this is me stepping out in a huge way to be of service to this world. And I want to take as many of you along with me as I can. And I'm sorry, for a former military guy, I cry. And I'm not always the tough guy. But so any other questions or anything else? I know we have a little bit more time, but I'll stop this as soon as I need to. Okay. So anyway, I gave
Excited
you,
for you.
thanks, Sheree.
Extremely.
I gave you ways that you can connect with me, find me, okay? Help me do these things. Help me help as many people as I possibly can. That's my plea to you. Help me make a difference in the world because then you'll be making a difference in the world. So I know we got a little extra time and I can talk forever, but we'll just end this a little early. And I want to thank each and every one of you that's not only watching this live, but was watching in the future. Okay. Thank you for doing that for me. And if you get the opportunity, reach out. You'll be hearing a lot from me. Whole new marketing campaign, all kinds of different things we're going to be doing. Okay. I hope you'll be able to help me out. As I like to always close Marvelous Minds with Harry and Phil, I'll close this as well. May you be blessed always and in all ways. Take care.
Woo!
Are you scripting it?